I have no idea how much I read per week. So this week we're going to be tracking exactly how much I read. So we are actually starting today, which is Tuesday, because I forgot to start the video yesterday on Monday. And I know technically the week starts on a Sunday, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted to start on a Monday. Now it's Tuesday and I totally forgot, but we are going to be tracking starting from Tuesday to next Tuesday. So we are all squared away. Now, I have no idea how much I usually read. My reading patterns tend to fluctuate. I feel like on a good week, if I wake up early, then I'm usually reading for maybe an hour in the morning. And then several times throughout the day when I'm just bored or have some downtime, I pick up a book. In the evenings, my partner's playing like video games and I'm reading next to him. So I definitely find a lot of time to prioritize reading. And then sometimes I just get super distracted on my phone and do that instead. Or sometimes I'm just really not feeling a read, and that definitely shows in the amount of pages that I read. So I don't know, we are going to see how much we really read a week. Now, that being said, I did already kind of start my reading for the day. I didn't start Daydream, but I started reading Daydream. How do I say this? I started today. The first book that I picked up today was Daydream, but I didn't start it today. I was already about 60% of the way through, and so that's kind of where I'm currently at. We are going to continue reading this today. This is unfortunately one of the books that I'm not super like hooked into, so I don't know if that's really going to affect my reading. Let's continue reading Daydream and then we'll just kind of see where things go from there. For today, I started Daydream on page 253 and I'm now on page 280. So only read about 30 pages so far, but it is still like 9 a.m. So we are off to a pretty good start. I am gonna read a little bit more of it right now. Do my official check-in for day one. I am still reading Daydream. I don't have too much left. I think I'm like 90% through it. I'm on page 286 currently, and I just did the math. Since I started at 2:53 this morning, I've read 133 pages, which is not as much as I thought I would read, honestly. But again, I don't know if that's because I'm not like completely obsessed with this book and I'm really just trying to finish it up. So I guess we'll see again when we compare it to the other days. But this is really all I've read today. I haven't listened to any audiobooks or picked up a different book. I really just want to finish this. I might continue reading for the rest of the night. Might just finish this real quick because this is literally like all I have left. Tomorrow when I start for Wednesday, I will give you the final page count for Tuesday. So just a little mini update, and probably gonna continue reading, but I just wanted to let you guys know where we were at. Happy Wednesday, guys. It is midday, and so far today, this is a book that I've been reading. I started on page 84 this morning, and we are currently on page 112. So not too much reading done. This is a nonfiction book. It's called Invisible Women: Data Bias in a World Designed for Men. So I feel like particularly when it comes to like research-based, evidence-based nonfiction books, they are a little bit harder to like binge just because there is a lot to kind of digest, a lot of education, a lot of statistics. Like you really do have to think a little bit more, I should say, than like your regular rom-com or even like a thriller. So I'm kind of reading this a little bit slowly compared to like other books probably, but I do really want to finish this because I started this earlier this month and I just have been prioritizing other books. I'm the type who likes to read multiple books at once, and so this one has just kind of been forgotten a little bit. But with the month coming to an end, I definitely want to at least finish it, hopefully before the month ends, or at least make more progress. This so far has been very interesting. I mean, just the title itself, that's what hooked me, and it is very much kind of just taking different aspects of our social world and really kind of dissecting how it's inherently biased. So not necessarily like on purpose, but for example, like bathrooms, why there's always the same amount of like stalls when women usually use the bathroom on average longer than men. Usually children go in with women, like it just takes a lot longer for like the women's restroom to be used and stuff compared to like a men's restroom with urinals and whatnot. And that's why there's always lines going into the women's restroom and when compared to men. And honestly, this quote at the very beginning of the book just really is very interesting. It says, representation of the world, like the world itself, is the work of men. They describe it from their point of view, which they confuse with the absolute truth. Which, the second I read that, I was like, this is gonna be, I'm in for something good. Like, this is going to be a great read. And so far I have found that it is. I just continuously keep reading things where I'm like, yep, that's true. So it is a little sad because it really just makes you realize how much work we have left to do in our world, and it's probably inevitably gonna get worse for a bit before it probably gets better. And I feel like we have done so much work already, so hopefully we can continue to make the world more representative of half of the population. I definitely want to read more nonfiction books this year, and this is the one that I've had on my shelf for quite a while. This is the one that I started this month, so I definitely want to finish it up, hopefully. My book club with my friends is starting up again, and we are meeting tonight to kind of kick off the year. So we are gonna have like a dinner party, I guess, and then discuss our like December book club pick because we haven't met since then, and then pick a new book tonight. So who knows what that book will be. If I have it, then maybe I'll start it. Like, I don't really know where I'm going from here. I do still have a couple more books left on my February like started list, like for example like this one and two other ones. Jump scare. Sorry, I just woke up. It's Thursday morning. The lighting is terrible. It's super foggy outside and I'm kind of like backlit, so that's the situation we're dealing with today. I didn't update you guys yesterday on like my final reading count. Oh, let me grab my phone because that is kind of where I'm keeping track of how much I'm reading. So yesterday on Wednesday, we were reading Invisible Women, and I had like my book club night last night. I made like pasta, we had wine, we discussed book club, and then we picked our new book for the month of March, and that is A Love Letter to Whiskey, which is interesting because a lot of the ones that we picked, there's 3 of us and we each pick 3 books, and then we will go around in a circle and one by one pick a title that we each wrote and say the book that we're not reading this month is, for example, I had Bride by Ali Hazelwood. Then we'll go like in a circle until the last book is standing, and the last book that was standing was A Love Letter to Whiskey. But back to my reads. So I didn't start it yesterday, but I picked this up yesterday on page 84 and I ended on page 112. Only 28 pages, but I did also read or listen to Us Against You by Frederick Bachman. I do actually have the physical copy here from the library. Majority of the time I've been listening to it via audiobook on Spotify Premium, and that one I went from 71% to 76%. So I will count that for my total going towards Wednesday. And now here we are on Thursday. I'm still gonna try to read this. It's probably gonna be a mix of the two and maybe a new read, who knows. Let's get ready for the day. Okay, it's a few hours later and I don't know why I got ready because I'm not leaving my home today, so we are staying here. And I've read so far 58 pages for a grand total of 58 pages on today, which is Thursday. So I don't think I'm gonna read the rest of the day. I don't know, I've been in a little weird, not a slump, but just not in a reading mood. Is that a slump? No, because I feel like the books that I'm reading are interesting and I do want to read them, but some weeks you just don't read as much as you usually would or do. So I think that's where I'm at right now. 58 pages total for today, which is Thursday. I will say though, Us Against You, such a good book. I don't obviously know what the rating is going to be for it, but I've been kind of listening to it on audiobook and physically because I have a version from my library that I probably have to return soon. So I think I'm going to finish it up maybe tomorrow. I am almost done with it. We have made a lot of progress there, and I just want to say it is really good. And compared to Beartown, they're both such good stories. It follows the same people from the same town in Beartown, so it's obviously just a continuation of kind of where we left off after the first book. And it's just so interesting how Frederick Bachman is able to write these characters that all feel so real, so individual. They have so many different aspects of their personalities and friendships, relationships with other people. Like, it's just crazy how there's like families, complete families, friendship groups, teachers, like all these different people in a community, each having their own voice in these books is so interesting to see. And I cannot wait to continue reading Frederick Bachman books. This is my third one up until today, like this point. And the first one, A Man Called Ove, it didn't really not sit right with me. It just wasn't my favorite book, but I think it was also the first book that I've ever read by this author, and I feel like he does have a certain voice that you kind of have to get used to. So I think now reading this Beartown like trilogy that I'm working on, I've kind of grown accustomed to it, so it'll be interesting to see what else I pick up from him. I know he does have a new release coming out later this year, and this one has definitely caught my eye. Just the cover itself, it's so intriguing. I don't really even know what it's about. I heard like a very brief synopsis, and again, very brief because I don't even remember what it was about, but in the moment I was like, that's interesting, especially knowing the type of author and writer that Frederick Bachman is. I just can't wait to maybe get my hands on it. I don't know. I feel like that's kind of crazy because back in 2022 I picked up Anxious People by Frederick Bachman, and it just was not my cup of tea. I read maybe 20-50 pages and I put it down, DNF'd it, and I have not picked that up since. I don't know if I ever will, but maybe reading his more recent work like this trilogy and now this book would be interesting. So that's just kind of my thoughts for right now, but like I mentioned, will not be reading the rest of the day because I just kind of want to chill. I'll see you guys tomorrow, which is Friday. Good morning, y'all. Happy Friday. It's like 10 a.m. or 20 minutes before 10 a.m. I don't know why I just said it like that. 9:40, and I'm heading out because I'm gonna go meet up some coworkers to do some work stuff. But I just wanted to say hello and show you guys what I'm gonna be reading today. Us Against You. Well, sorry, the lights are dimming and I'm in a parking garage, but the goal for today is to finish this book. And I actually haven't even been updating my like tracker apps because I feel like my head is just everywhere with this video, and I just don't want to miss a day or like any of my stats because that would be horrible. But I'm currently on page 384. I'm on chapter 45, which audio wise would be about 90%, exactly 89% through the book. So for sure gonna finish this up today, and then maybe we'll pick something up later today, start a new book. I have been wanting to start a new book. I feel like I haven't done that in a couple of days. So that's kind of the goal for today. I'll take you guys with me if I do any reading while I'm out. Luckily, I'm bringing my camera so I can fully show you guys really everything. But for now, let's head to the coffee shop. I feel like you guys are gonna fly off the dashboard in about 3 seconds, so bear with me. I'm also pretty hungry, so I really haven't had any coffee shop coffee in like a while because we now have an espresso maker at home and I finally know how to use it. So I've really just been making like all my coffee at home and it's so good. So I want to test it now to see how it tastes compared to coffee shop coffee. Lighting is terrible, so let's go. Bye.
I just got to a very emotional, pivotal part in this book, and it's very sad. I did not expect this to turn out the way it's turning out. I have no words. I'm just turning the camera on because I literally just read a part that's like breaking my heart and just needed proof of this realization. And I only have maybe 20 pages left, maybe like 15, 20 pages left. I'm just in shock. I can't believe it. Frederick Bachman again. I've said it before. I'll say it again. He has just such a way with words. This book, man. I'm currently at my public library. I just got here and I just wanted to update that I just finished Beartown and it was so good. I think I'm gonna sit on like a 4.5-star rating. It was a masterpiece. I cannot wait for the final book. I feel like that one's gonna rip me to shreds and be a 5-star read for sure. But this one, it just feels so real. Like the characters, the town itself. I don't know how they're not real. Frederick Bachman just does an amazing job of building this world. Anyway, let's go drop this book off and pick up a hold that I have. Hello, I'm literally about to go shower, but I realized I have to finish the video for at least today, which is Friday, and only finished what I read of Us Against You by Frederick Bachman, which is 63 pages. So another day that's not been reading heavy. I think, again, like I mentioned, starting tomorrow, March 1st, maybe seeing more reading from me, but we'll just see. I don't know. It's just, that's just how it goes. So loved that book. And I'm just gonna shower and finish watching Love is Blind because I'm currently watching that and today's Friday, so the new episodes come out today. So I think I just want to chill and do that. If I end up reading anything, then I'll update you guys tomorrow morning, but that's what it's looking like for now. 68 pages. That's what happens. Hello, happy Sunday. Yes, Sunday. So yesterday, Saturday, I didn't really update you guys at all because what did I even do yesterday? It's all a blur. I didn't do much. I didn't do much reading at all. Today, Oscar Sunday, gonna be watching that. That's kind of the main to-do list today. So yesterday, my partner and I just did like a movie marathon, so we really just chilled to the max and didn't get much reading done. I will say it was just primarily Kindle reading, and I'm currently reading Keeping 13, which I've like DNF'd for a little bit, but I picked it back up and then read like a good amount, so now I'm invested. And now today we are gonna pivot. I don't think we're gonna do Kindle reading if we get any reading done today at all, because like I mentioned, I have the Oscars, I'm gonna do some food stuff, have a friend coming over. Like, it's not super just relax and read type of day today, but I think I'm gonna start The Wedding People, which is a book that's been on my TBR for probably since it came out. It's been very highly recommended to me, so I think if anything, I will start this today and we'll just kind of see how it goes. I am very, very interested in this. So happy Oscar Sunday, and we'll take it from there. Final update for this video. Today is Monday and we're finishing off the video, so let's just see what our final totals were. So Tuesday we started with Daydream and we read a total of 174 pages. Then came Wednesday, which we read 39 pages, and then we did about 5% audiobook. Then Thursday, sorry, I'm reading off my phone, so that's why I'm looking down. But then Thursday, we read a total of 58 pages. Friday, 63 pages. Saturday, 3% Kindle. Sunday, 41 pages, which was yesterday, so that's the final total for yesterday. I started The Wedding People, which actually pretty much enjoying this. I mean, it's nothing crazy. It's only 41 pages, but this is like a contemporary fiction and it has a very like interesting storyline and you already like dive right in. So I am liking this so far. And then today for Monday, I'm continuing The Wedding People. I've only read about 10 pages of this so far today though. And then I actually started Five Survive by Holly Jackson, and I think I'm gonna pivot to just reading this for at least the rest of the day. I'm already about 100 pages in, so it's already so good. Today's total is so far 110 pages. I will update later tonight with the final page count, and then the video will be over. I feel like this week I've probably read less than usual, but it's nice to see kind of like this week, and then maybe once I do this video again we can compare and hopefully I'll have read more. We'll see. But gonna continue reading this for today because already it's so good. YA thriller mystery, first book by Holly Jackson that I've ever picked up, and I'm already literally 100 pages in because it's just flowing by. It's such a page turner. Since this is kind of a bookish video anyway, I am gonna quickly update my reading journal. So the first page that I want to update is my 25 books for 2025. Deep End, we did read Deep End by Ali Hazelwood. Daydream, unfortunately, if you guys have seen my just thoughts on that book, was not the biggest fan. A Love Song for Ricky Wilde, read that, and I think that's it. Oh, and Razorblade Tears. Oh wow, we did like almost 4, I think. Just realized for this page I haven't even printed out my January favorite, then I have to do my February one, but let's go back a page. This is the overview. I actually read 9 books in February, but my wrap up only has 8 because the last one I read on like the last day of February, or like I finished it and I just didn't have enough time to add it to the wrap up. So we are going to go up to 9 here, and then here I'm just going to go ahead and fill this out. Alright, so here's this page. We have the number of books I read, no 5 stars, 4 different genres, 0 DNFs, 12 new books, which is kind of crazy and insane, 8 physical ones, 0 ebooks, 1 on audio, and 9 different authors. And then here is my kind of scale for 9. I don't even know how to like check this off because I don't want to ruin it. I just think it's so pretty, but I'll find a way. And then format, alphabet challenge, so we have a few more pages to fill up. Hello, time for me to get ready for the night. So coming on here to do a final page count for today, 140 pages for today, and that was I think my second highest day in this whole week. So pretty interesting week. I feel like kind of a little atypical because like I mentioned, I feel like on the usual I do tend to read more, so maybe that'll just entice me and motivate me to do this video again and beat all the stats from this week. But regardless, that's the end of the week. Thank you guys for hanging with me and seeing how much I read in a week. I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye.